Hey, what's up everyone? VTG Videos here, back again with another video. Today I'm excited because we get to finally get our vehicle series back up and running again. I usually, for every car that comes out on GTA, I always test it. I have specific tracks I made to test out every spec and every thing with the vehicle. So, I'm hoping this will help people who don't have too much money that don't know about the car because I I want to save people money and people want to save money because who doesn't love saving money, you know? So let's get into it and start this up. I got my Christmas outfit on today. They finally added the clothing again. I kind of wish it was snowing, but you know, there she is. Should we do crew? Eh, let's just do the classic yellow. How about that? Race yellow, or is there a different yellow? A darker one, possibly? Nope, that's it. That's what we got. Okay. I'm excited because I love Lambo, and clearly this is Lambo, you know. And I forgot. Uh, I have a problem with this, and so far in like every video, I forget to turn the custom or the sounds way down. What the hell? Brilliant NPCs driving through the... Oh. Ooh, I like the sound of it. It sounds pretty good. It sounds different. It's fast! Oh my god! Okay. So, it doesn't have the greatest brakes right off the bat, is what I've noticed. Now, I have not tested this car out yet. So this is new to me. Okay. So far it's not showing that it does too well on the track, at least. Let's hope it gets a bit better on the street. But, cause like I said, I'm a big fan of Lambo, and, you know, they make great cars. So far, yeah, this thing's very, very loose on the track. So if you're doing stunt races, where you're on the track through most of it, this probably would not be the best car to pick if you're doing SUVs. If you're doing a straight line, this thing is very fast. So that would probably be your advantage, at least on the track. But I'm interested to see how it will handle on the how it will handle it differently on the street. We'll see. So far, it's not the worst in the world. Like it's a little loose, but it's controllable. Like you can save it. Like I said, I love the sound. I'm not sure if that's a new sound or if that's something we have in the game or what, but I like the sound. Yeah, it's controllable. It's not the worst, but it's controllable. I'm not sure why, but almost all of the SUVs have like the worst brakes. I really don't understand it, but yeah, I thought I'd just point that out. You gotta love that backfire. Oh boy. Oh, yep. That was a really Yeah, we're really sideways. I'm really looking to fix that little jump there. It's just hard because you can't really bend the tracks. That's something I really wish Rockstar would add in, to where you could actually bend certain points of the track to make them be able to fit a bit better, because the pieces they give you, not all the time, or won't for the most part they won't fit the track you're building. You know, if you want to connect one side to another, or you want to make a separate track, it's tricky to do because they don't connect a lot of the time, or they don't line up nicely. They just look sloppy and just, I don't know. I give credit to anyone who can make a nice looking split track, because I can't do it for shit. It just always looks horrible. That's something I always wished they gave us in this game, is an option where we could bend the track. But yeah, like I said before, I don't think this would be the greatest car to be driving on the track when there was a lot of turns. I think with the straighter turns, I think with the straighter tracks, the ones with less turns, I think you would have more of an advantage on. But yeah, for the most part, this thing slips and slides. So far, we're not doing too shabby. I mean, think about it, this is SUVs, and it's 5 minutes, 20 seconds in. And we're, what? Yeah, we only have 20 checkpoints. About. Okay, so something I noticed was if you just brake around, like before you make a turn, it really kicks out. That's when it really kicks out. If you just kind of let off the gas, it's a bit better. It doesn't slip and slide as much. Oh, I just ate my own words. Okay, on the less sharp turns. Yeah, like this is me just tapping the accelerator. I'm barely holding it, and it's doing pretty well. And then this is me with the brake. Oh, well, that's not a sharp enough turn. Maybe I'm just not going fast enough. I love this color. Okay. Now, last stretch of the course here. Alright. On to the next race. Alright, and I'm just gonna say right now, the reason I am doing three races is because one of them is off-road, one of them's on the track, and one of them's on the street, so it's gonna handle differently in all weathers. Okay, and this is the off-road one. So if you care about off-road because some SUVs can go off-road. Yeah, this will be the test for you. I'm just gonna say this: if any vehicle can make it through this track, I say is definitely off-road worthy. So let's go. And this is a really long race too. That's another thing. And it's in the rain. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this thing has really good acceleration. And keep in mind, this is all stock. This is not custom, so it should handle very differently when I get a custom one. That is, if I like it. So I only buy cars I like. Wow. Okay, it does. I mean, think about this. For Lambo, this does really good off-road so far. I'll just say this, like, a fair amount of the trucks, like the pickup trucks, can't make it up that slope that I just went up. They struggle. When I built this, I was aiming for more of like a more realistic kind of feel of off-road racing for this. So I wanted it to feel a little bit more realistic. I'm interested to see how it does up on some of these steeper cliffs. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the part that's kind of sketchy up here. Yep. So far, this thing has really proven itself to be a good SUV. Yeah, so this is, because it's more realistic, I don't like to just go full throttle because then you'll struggle to complete this race if you go full throttle. Okay. Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. The reason you probably don't see a lot of, like, you know, like stunt props is because I wanted to make this as realistic feeling as possible. So I put down, like, some props, some more, like, basic, kind of normal props that blend well with, like, the off-road aspect. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right here. That hill kills most trucks. Most trucks cannot make it up that. So this thing is very good off-road. This surprises me a lot because I was thinking, oh man, SUV, I don't think it's gonna do very good. I was actually picturing I would have to quit and like back out of the race. Like I said, this thing is definitely proven its worth. And this thing is only 400K around there, so that's pretty cheap. Yeah, this is the hill that everyone just shoots off because they don't know it's a sheer edge. They just see the edge and they're like, oh nope, that's it, I'm done for. Oh shit, like that. Yeah, if anyone does this in reality, like goes off-road, like through the mountains with their Lambo, you guys got too much money to spend. This is like a luxury car. I don't think it's like taking a Range Rover off-road or a Land Rover. Like Land Rover used to be cool. It used to have good cars that got off, or good SUVs that got off-road, but now they're literally just luxury. It's like buying a Cadillac, you know. I don't know. Like, I've seen some good builds where, you know, oh, this thing's front-wheel drive. I just now noticed that. Yeah, I've seen some good builds, like some people build like crazy off-road Land Rovers that do crazy hill climbs, but for the most part they're more luxury than anything. Actually, the G-Wagon from Mercedes beat Land Rover. They whooped their ass. Land Rover was horrible. They went on this like off-road track for off-road testing, like off-road terrain stuff, and there was a lot of really steep hills and rocks and stuff they had to climb over. And through all the rock part, because it's all uneven, it's not like, you know, the rocks are side by side, they're all over the place, you know, so the Land Rover was teeter-tottering, and, you know, it was getting through the course, but it was so sketchy looking, and you could tell it was not doing well. But then the G-Wagon came in and was just like, ah, what off-road course? Am I on an off-road course? I did not know that. Just like no effort, and G-Wagon comes in, and like I said, schools Land Rover at their own game. Okay. Oh boy. The rain does make it a little tricky. It makes everything damp. I think we're about, no. Oh yeah, we're about halfway through the race. Because this goes all the way up to Paleto Bay. trying to take my time, you know, but I'm also trying to rush through this because I want to get on to the next race. Oh shit. Kind of weird this thing is front wheel drive. It's odd to me. I was picturing this thing would be all wheel or rear wheel. This thing has some meaty tires. Look at those. Okay. This thing is doing so well. I know I keep saying that, but you know, this thing is really blowing my mind. I was really picturing this thing would be horrible off-road. How big it is, and you know, I really was not expecting this. Something I will say is this thing doesn't do very well off jumps. It likes to flip. It is very top heavy. Very, very top heavy. That was a log. We're reaching the end here. I take back what I said about the brakes. It actually does have pretty good brakes. Not the greatest brakes, not as good as a supercar, obviously, but still pretty good. Pretty good. The only thing I'd say about this car, it's just a very big SUV. Yeah, this is the part that's really tricky. I kind of wish Rockstar would add in, like, more rocks and stuff. And there goes my car. Well, we get a nice new car before we finish. Okay, this one. I always like to hit in the bush here. There we go. So there's something to climb over. Alright, here's the finish. Don't you love how, like, a little bush, like a little corner of a bush can stop a whole car like that? something I hope they do in GTA 6 is make more like destructible objects, you know, like trees and like thinner trees or smaller trees and stuff like that. That would be really nice. I'm just that's one of the problems like I have with this game. It's just there's too much little knick-knack stuff that you can just that you hit into. You know, it just doesn't. It's just makes the game a little frustrating when you're trying to do something because you're always running into something. You know. So I hope they have more destructible objects you can destroy. Like, you know, if you have a heavy enough vehicle, you can go through like a barricade. You know. We're gonna do 2 laps, I think. Hold on. Turn that off. Okay. There she is, nice and purty. Alright. Now this is the final, well, the second to last test. The reason I did not add in the 4th raise I usually have for testing is because I wanted to upgrade this first before I showed you how fast the car can be. Okay. I'd really appreciate it if you could get the rain off the roads there. This thing is horrible in the rain. Okay. Well, that's something to write down. Don't drive this car in the rain. Because holy cow, this thing is terrible. Or as Cleveland likes to say, terrible. Looks like the rain's sort of drying up. I mean, not really, but... See, it just... I feel bad right now because I can't give a solid, like, review because of all the rain. Actually, did it dry up? Oh, there's still some on the roads. They're very big rims. I don't know how I feel about those. That's something else I'm sure a lot of people would like. Something else I know I would like a lot is that they gave you the ability to change the size of your rims, like, and put custom tires on the stock wheels. You know, for people who like the writing on the wheels. I also would like a color wheel where you can make your own colors, so you wouldn't have to rely on the, you know, the crew editor or the crew colors to get the colors you want. Man, I feel like I'm sitting on Santa's lap right now. Okay. I feel like I'm sitting on Santa's lap right now. I'd be like, I would like this. I would like that. I would like this. Okay, so... This car has not proven itself very well on the street. It's very loose. And all the rain is gone, it's all dried up. This thing is very quick. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this car. It's very loose on the street. This is all dry. You saw what happened in the rain. It did not do well. Jesus Christ, this thing could almost be a drift car.
Open.
So yeah, okay, I take it back again. No, this thing doesn't really have the greatest brakes. Kind of shitty brakes, actually. Like, they're good when you're going slower, obviously, but when you're going really fast like I was, I even though I did go over a little bump and got some air, these brakes still do kind of suck. Yeah, like, look at that. I wasn't going very fast, and that was full brake. Okay, so I will give this car my final thoughts. For people who are curious, this car is terrible in the rain. Absolutely terrible. It's terrible in the rain. It has pretty shitty brakes. It's a really big vehicle. And I don't know. I personally, just for the video, I will buy it. For people who do really want to buy it, even though I'm not a fan of it, because everyone has their own opinion. But me personally, I don't like it. It's very fast, very, very fast. But I don't think it's worth the money. If you want to save up and buy a better SUV, I'd recommend getting like the Serrano or the BJXL or um, the Dubsta. Really, any of those are better. Just they may not be as fast, but they're better. The Huntley S, that's another good one. At least when it comes to SUVs, I don't like this car. Um, so for people who don't have tons of money, which is me, I had to buy a shark card to be able to afford this thing. Um, you know, I'd say definitely buyers beware. Just I wouldn't bother with spending the cash on it. Especially if you're trying to get away from somebody, you know, you're not gonna be able to get away very easily. Because you'll be slipping and sliding all over the place. Um, the thing about it is, though, it is definitely controllable to a certain extent. So when you get more at an angle, the sharper angle you get, the more or the less control you'll have. The sharper angle you get on the road when you're drifting, or when you're and the car is doing its tail happy thing, the more likely it is you'll spin out and just crash. Um, so me personally, I don't really like the car or the SUV. It's not my favorite. I'd prefer some other SUVs over it. Um, if this game will ever load me into a lobby, we will buy it and upgrade it. Um, yeah. Oh, jeez. Come on, game. Can you load any slower? I swear, if Rockstar adds in any more stuff, like any other big DLC, I feel like it's just gonna start crashing the game. Like, the game has gotten to the point, almost just about to the same point as PS3, where it was so incredibly laggy, it would literally just crash your game. It would make you, it would like freeze your whole game. Um, and that was the exact point where they stopped giving DLC. So, yeah. And I feel like this game's definitely going in that direction where they're just gonna overload it as much as they can, and then it's just gonna stop getting DLC. Then they'll probably move on to the next game, I'm guessing. Oh, I might have to close the application. I mean, it's not loading. Yeah. Okay. Well, because the game's not loading in me or loading me into a server, and it's kind of getting a bit too long of a video, I'm gonna end it here. If you guys enjoyed or if this was any help to anyone, um, I'd appreciate a like. And if you want to subscribe, it's great too. And I try to upload as often as I can. Some days I have too much stuff planned during my day. You know how it is. But I try to upload as much as I can. Um, so if you guys enjoyed this video, um, please consider like and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.